Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. This is The Posh and Me, and this channel is dedicated to reviewing designer and lifestyle items. And today I wanted to share with you my top 5 most used handbags. I currently have over 15 handbags in my collection, and I kind of wanted to showcase my top 5 favorite bags and the reason why. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get started. Okay, so I will be ranking the handbags from 5 to 1, meaning 5 being one that I don't use as much, and then 1 being my top used handbag. And to be honest, it was kind of a little bit hard narrowing it down to like a list and going through it, just because I didn't want to offend any handbags, and another reason being it's kind of not fair to some handbags because I haven't had them for as long as the others. Some handbags here I've had for 5 years, while the others I've only had 3 months or less. Nevertheless, I still wanted to do this video, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, well, the number 5 on my list will be this Dior book tote. Kind of forgot the name of it. Yeah, this is the Dior book tote in the smallest size. Actually, not the smallest. This is the small size. There is like the other tinier version of this handbag. So this is the small tote. And if you follow me on Instagram, I got this bag maybe a month or 2 ago. And when I went to the store to pick it up, I actually wanted to get the bigger version, so the larger tote, and in that navy monogram print. So the same print, but in the navy color. And the navy just didn't look good on me for some reason. Sometimes you kind of picture, you have an image in your mind of how the bag is going to look on you, and then you go in and try it and it just completely doesn't look good. So that was the case with the navy color. And then the size wise, like the large size was way too big for my figure. I'm 5'3", so it's kind of a little bit overwhelming. So the sales associate just kind of was like, yeah, you don't need that, but you don't need that big of a bag for you. So she brought out the small, and she brought it out in this color, and I absolutely fell in love with it and got it. So I have been using it quite a lot daily, just because I do feel like this is a summer tote just based on the color. So I've been kind of making sure that I pick this bag over like any other bag. But besides that, I do really like how it looks. I do like the functionality of it. It does fit quite a lot. I currently have an organizer in there. This is just an organizer I got from Amazon, so nothing fancy. However, what I will say is, and I've said this before, I don't like using organizers. I feel like they take away that space from the bag, and they don't really help me to keep anything organized within the bag. So I don't know why I do it, but I feel like with this handbag, just because of the material, how it is fabric, and how it's probably going to get dirty real fast, I wanted to get an organizer so that I can kind of prolong that life of the bag. So I do feel like you can put a lot in the bag if you don't have an organizer, and even with an organizer you can definitely throw stuff in there. I love how it keeps its shape. I love how it looks when you put it on, and I will say that it is on the heavier side. However, that's not a problem, at least not with this purse. Maybe because the handles are very comfortable, so when you wear it on your arm, yeah, you feel the weight, but it's not that much of a problem, that much of a nuisance. As you probably know how much I love heavy bags. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about this bag because I've only had it for 2 months. So I am wondering how the wear and tear is going to look on it in a year from now. So maybe I'll do like kind of like a year in review a year from now. So stay tuned for that. So yes, this is the Christian Dior book tote in small. Moving down on my list to number 4, I think I will give it to the Gucci Marmont in size small. And you know, I can't tell you enough how much I love this bag. I've had this bag for 4 years and I use it quite a lot during the summer months just because of the color. It is, I would say, more of a summery, springy, maybe fallish color as well, but definitely not in the winter unless I'm going to like an event where I will be taking stuff off. However, that hasn't really been happening thanks to COVID. So yeah, so it's definitely a summer purse for me. And funny story about this bag. So you know, we are in Canada and we went to New York City for vacation 4 years ago, and it was February, so it was during the winter months, and I knew that we were gonna get me a Gucci handbag, and I think at that time I was choosing between the Soho and the Marmont, but I for some reason I didn't buy the Soho. I don't know why, I can't remember, but anyways, so we were in New York City and I was like, you know what, I gotta go to the Fifth Avenue store and buy it from there because, well, we're in New York. Where else are you gonna buy it? I mean, I'm sure you can buy it anywhere else, but I wanted it to be memorable. So so we go, and my husband and I go into the Gucci store, and you know, I try on this handbag in this color and then the black color, and then we decide that the black color does not look good on me in this style. And my husband goes to pay for it and our card gets declined, our credit card gets declined. And you know, this is not the most expensive handbag at Gucci, obviously. So it's kind of like, okay, well, this is embarrassing. They're probably thinking, oh my God, these people cannot afford this handbag. Why are they here? But no, not at all. But the sales associates were so nice and understanding. You know, something that should have taken 5 minutes took us half an hour. And they even offered us espresso shots. It was like a side of like biscotti. I don't know if they still do that, if that's like a common practice at Gucci on Fifth Avenue. But it felt very nice, and you know, got to save some bucks not going and getting coffee, you know, elsewhere. So thanks for that. But anyways, I've had this bag, like I said, for 4 years, and I do quite, I enjoy it tremendously. There's absolutely no wear and tear. There's absolutely nothing to mention in terms of like the wear and tear. There's no scuffing anywhere. It looks pristine. It still looks like it's a brand new bag. I have babied this bag. So I usually normally don't baby bags, but I have babied this bag a lot. And I don't know if it's because of the color, of how, you know, luxurious the leather feels, that I feel like I need to really baby the bag. Because I have seen a co-worker who, you know, she has the same handbag as me and she didn't baby hers, so it didn't look as good as mine. So I think that yes, you can definitely ruin any handbag, just depending on how you take care of it. But yeah, with this one I did, you know, I'll be honest, I did baby it, so maybe, you know, if you don't baby it, it won't look as good as mine. But nevertheless, you know, I absolutely love this handbag. I know since then they came out in the other size, like the smaller size, so there's like the mini size version of this bag. Would I recommend getting that mini version? Because I have seen it in store and put it on. I think that if you're thinking of getting this style and you only need it for kind of like going out and you just need to put your car keys, wallet and phone, I would recommend getting the smaller version, so the mini. If you are more of a daily handbag user, then probably get the larger size, so the small. That would be my recommendation. So I think now if I had the choice, I'd definitely get the mini, just because this handbag, I don't like taking it out when I go grocery shopping or when I take kids to the park. So for me, it's more of like kind of like a going out handbag, and for that reason, I'd probably prefer a smaller size. So moving on to number 3, I'm gonna put my Celine Nano Luggage. I've had this bag for 4 months now, and I absolutely love it. I've, you know, thought about getting this bag for a very, very long time, and I think the reason why I kept putting it off was the price point. It is a very expensive handbag. Probably, I was gonna say the most expensive, but I think the Dior, yeah, the Dior is definitely a little bit more expensive than this one. So it's something that, you know, you kind of have to save up your money for, but it's definitely worth it. I have a review on this bag, so I'll link it down below for you if you are interested. So for me, why I love this bag so much and why it became, you know, number 3 on my list, I think there are many reasons to it. So first of all, the size. It's kind of, you know, I would say it's in between the small and medium size of a bag. So it does fit quite a lot. It fits more than the Gucci Marmont would or the Soho. You know, I've put a water bottle in here, an umbrella, wallets, like everything, you name it. Even actually I brought like little, not for myself, but I brought a change of clothes for my daughter, so I can definitely put like clothes in here as well, not adult size but kid size, so that's a plus. Yeah, I think I take it everywhere. The color, I'm not sure if I'll be wearing this in the winter, just because I do feel like this is more, you know, of spring to fall color. I don't know if it will good in the winter. If you have this color and you have taking this out in the winter, let me know. And again, winters everywhere are different. Here in Canada we have snow for reference, so I don't know, but that's me. You know, if I were to pick a black color, obviously use it a year around. I love how soft the handles are. I can eat, you know, I do normally carry the bag crossbody with this handle, but with this strap, but I do use it by the handle straps as well. So very versatile. The leather is very soft and it's very durable. You can see it's gonna last me a long time. The only sign of wear that I did see was on the hardware, and again, I don't know if that's because it's supposed to do that. It's kind of I don't know if it's supposed to tarnish. That's just a part of the look, but it was nearly perfect when I got it, so did not look like this. Here, I'll show you what I mean. So that's okay. It doesn't bother me as much, and you know, it doesn't affect me and my daily use of the bag. I also like how the bag is very light. In comparison, the Gucci is a little bit more heavier, but that's because it has a chain strap. This is definitely lighter, so I think that for a daily bag, this is definitely a plus, at least in my decision making. When I'm thinking about getting a daily bag, it has to be light. It's definitely not as light as an LV Neo Noe. However, that is made of canvas, and this is a full-on leather handbag. So it's definitely not going to be as light as canvas, right? But it is a very light handbag, and I absolutely, like, I love it. I love having it. I think it was definitely the right decision getting the handbag. If you can afford it, if you are thinking about getting this handbag versus, you know, any other one, and I'm thinking what would compare to this handbag in this price category, probably any of the YSL handbags. I definitely recommend this. Celine makes good quality items that will last you a long time. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the YSL handbags that I have, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. Alright, so we're down to the last 2 spots on my top 5 most used handbags, and it was a little bit hard deciding which handbag to put in the number 1 spot and which to put in the number 2 spot. So I had to think about, you know, how much I've used this bag overall in its lifetime that I've had it, and number 2, do I use this bag on a daily basis right now? And because of that, I'm going to give the LV Neverfull MM my 2nd spot on my list. So I don't use this bag on a daily basis anymore, and that's because, you know, a year and a half later, we're still working from home, so I don't need to use a big handbag when I go out anywhere really right now. But I've had this bag for over 5 years, and it was my daily work handbag. And I want to say it wasn't just a daily work handbag, because I've used it like everywhere. I've traveled with this bag. I've gone to people's houses with this handbag. I don't know, it's so versatile. It fits a ton. It's, you know, very carefree because of the canvas material. You don't really need to worry about where and how you're gonna, like, you don't care about if it rains or snows. You can still wear it out because nothing is going to happen to it. Now, unless you have the monogram print with the lighter handles, I probably would recommend being a little bit more careful when you take it out. But I knew that for me, I needed something where I really don't care what kind of weather it is outside. So I picked this one over the monogram color. And in terms of the wear and tear, for the 5 years that I've had it, I don't really see any signs of wear on it. I'm trying to think of like a spot to point out, and I don't see. The hardware is still gold. The handles, there's nothing wrong on them. I haven't noticed anything. And I've literally used this bag on a daily basis for the first 3 years of once I got it. Like I said, in the last 2 years I probably used it maybe 10 times, just because I don't need to wear like anywhere with a laptop. But if you are in the market for a good work bag, this is definitely the bag for it. I know that these days, there's more people who have this bag, and I know it's kind of, in that sense, kind of like overplayed, and that's why people don't want to get it. But I think that if you are thinking about getting this handbag, you should definitely do it. You're not gonna regret it. The only thing that I will mention about the handbag, and this is not a con or a pro or anything, but if someone can tell me, what do you use the wristlet for? I just feel like it's such a useless item to include, and that's probably just my opinion, and I'm probably the only one. But thanks Louis Vuitton for including an extra piece of small leather goods with the purchase of a handbag. But I really don't understand how this is useful. Like I said, I've used this bag for work purposes. Like, I've gone to work, and then every time I'd go out for lunch, I would never use this, like, to put like my wallet or keys in it. Well, I'm thinking, what would I use in those circumstances? But no, I'd probably just stash everything in my pockets. But I just don't understand the point of this, because it is a big piece of of a leather good that it's just kind of like a little bit too big for me, for it to be like a small little pouch thingy. And it's very narrow and slim. So I don't know if you have been using this for something other than putting your keys and card holder in. If there's like if there is a common purpose to this pouch that I just don't know about, please let me know, because for me it's a completely useless piece of SLG, and I don't ever use it. All right, so the number one spot is going to go to my Gucci Soho. I bought this handbag a month before the lockdown, so a year and a half ago, and I've been using this daily. Not so much in the summer because it is black, unless it's a very gloomy day outside, and it just goes well with my outfit. But I do use this daily during the winter months. I absolutely love it. It's so soft. I don't know, I feel like I don't need to say a lot about this handbag, because a lot has been said by other YouTubers, so you probably know everything you need to know about this handbag. I did buy it before any of the price increases, so I probably spent I want to say 1400 on it, 1400 Canadian, so that's probably 1100 USD. I think it has gone up in price since then. Would I buy it with the price increase? Yes, because it is a very useful handbag. Yeah, it is on the smaller side, so it'll definitely fit less than than the Celine. However, if you're just going grocery shopping, if you're just going to the gym, if you're going to pick up your kids from school, and you don't need a big handbag, go for this. This is gonna be your new favorite. The fact that you can customize the length on the shoulder strap, that's amazing. I don't know, I love it so much that I can't. If I had to like get rid of all of my handbags, it would be weird if I said I want to keep this one. I know that probably will be, you know, a little bit weird. But definitely I would fight to keep this one. I don't see parting myself with it. Maybe one day when, you know, I'm just really tired of seeing it because of how much I use it. Maybe that will be the case, but otherwise this is definitely the #1 handbag for me. I absolutely love it. You know, I actually thought about the other day, I was thought about replacing it with something else, like, you know, thinking about the winter months and replacing this with like the Valentino rock stud handbag, similar size, but like with the rock studs. And I was like, no, I don't see myself doing that, because first of all, why would I replace something that already works, and something that I'm still very much in love with? So for that reason, I am going to be keeping this handbag for a long time. Would I get it in other colors? Probably not, just because the red color, I don't like red color in general. And then the beige, the neutral color, I already have a Gucci Marmont in that same kind of color shade, so I just don't see myself getting it. If it came out with like a funky color, and I'm trying to think what would a funky color be, like a pink, no, I probably would not get it in pink. But anyways, so I would definitely suggest getting it in a black color. It's gonna last you the most. You're gonna use it throughout the whole year. You're gonna get that value for your money. So that wraps up my top 5 most used handbags. Now I do want to say that this does not mean these are my top 5 most favorite handbags, because there are some handbags that I have in my collection that are, you know, that I love very much. They're just not something that I use on a daily basis. So this is definitely a list of items that I would recommend if you're looking for a daily use of a handbag. So that wraps up my top 5 most used handbag video. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the section below what your top 5 handbags are. I'm, you know, dying to know, because maybe I'm missing something on my list and I just don't know it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!